Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Tokyo-Yo. My name is T. Here we are back at it again with another Tokyo-Yo tutorial. It's been a long time since I made one of these. Today I'm going to be teaching you kind of a simplified version of the Takeshi Matsuura green triangle, which looks like this. And I know there's different ways to do it with more slack and stuff, but I'm not that good to reach that level yet, so I kind of found it a little bit easier of a way to do it that I'm using as a bridge until I get better and I can do the slack version. But this is, I think, a pretty simple way for you to get into it. It's really flashy, it's really fun when you land it, so let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so you want to make sure with this trick that your string tension is normal. You don't want to have any twists in the string. This is a slack trick. Once you've got that in order, you're going to start with the breakaway. Here you're just going to see it in full speed, just so you get a sense of how it's supposed to look. And now we're going to break it down even more so you can get a sense of it. So start with your trapeze, then you're going to bounce over immediately into a trapeze and his brother. You're going to bring the string from your non-throw hand under and around, pop the yo-yo onto the strings from the front, release the string off your throw hand, whip that slack in, very ninja vanish style, and you finish the trick. Pop out from the front to avoid knots and bind however you like. Now we're going to break it down even more into smaller steps. So you're going to start with your breakaway here, and as soon as you've made sure you have no string tension problems, you've thrown straight, you're going to move it over to the other side with the trapeze and his brother. This part can seem a little tricky at first, but bear with me. So you're going to take the string that's coming from your non-throw hand and you're going to move it from the bottom. You're going to see here, I'm going to move it underneath the yo-yo from the left. So that top string there, it goes to my thumb, is going to go into the yo-yo. And then without letting it fall off, you're going to move your hand under and around. So you want to make sure you keep that string on your thumb there. You do not want to let that go. It looks like a bit of an awkward mount, but trust me, this is where you want to be. Then you're going to pop the yo-yo onto all these strings from the front, and you want to make sure that you keep all the strings nice and straight. Don't let them go slack or it's going to fall off or miss these strings. Kind of looks like a weird kamikaze mount, so this is where you should be next. Then you're going to let the string fall off of your pointer finger on your throw hand here, and that's going to create your slack. You're going to use this to whip around and under into the yo-yo just like this. It's a very, very similar motion to the ninja vanish. You can see my palm is up here, my left palm, and it ends down just like the ninja vanish. It's extremely similar to that. So if you haven't learned that trick yet, I have a tutorial on that. Very, very similar motion. You start with the palm up, then end with the palm down. You throw that slack around into the gap of the yo-yo. Pop out from the front to avoid knots, and you're done with the trick. That's the whole thing. Just a few more tips that might help you land this trick a little bit more consistently. So one thing here is you just want to make sure you get this little part nailed down. It looks a bit tricky at first. Make sure you keep your fingers straight so you don't miss the strings when you're popping it up. And make sure you pop the yo-yo up a little bit when you do this last part. It helps you get the string underneath. And make that whip really exaggerated. I find the bigger you make it, the more likely you are to land the trick. If it's too small, you're going to miss. Well, good luck and enjoy. Thank you, boys and girls, so much for watching the video. I hope it taught you something. Leave me a like, a subscription if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, you're having trouble with any parts of the trick, be sure to let me know. Take care, have a nice day, and sayonara.